Two-tone kitchen cabinets flip flat rooms into layered, eye-catching spaces, giving you designer depth without demolition. They play light and shadow, so breakfast feels brighter and dinners feel cozier. Love ideas like that? Tap subscribe on Apartment Charm so you're first to see new tricks. Let's dive into color pairings that truly pop. Here are my favorite two-tone kitchen cabinet ideas to try next. Japandi Calm in Sage and Sandstone. Soft, orderly, breathable. Japandi brings the quiet of a tea house to everyday cooking, and it shines when you use two-tone kitchen cabinets to balance color and grain. Think calm, not cold. A muted sage on the upper cabinets sets a misty morning garden mood, while light sanded wood, or a pale oak stain, grounds the lowers with natural warmth. The contrast reads gentle, never jarring, so you can lean into smooth slab fronts or simple shaker lines without visual noise. Layer in woven pendants, slim matte black pulls, and a soft linen textured runner to add touchable depth. Finish the story with a pale, honed quartz or limestone counter that diffuses light like fog. This look is all about feeling your shoulders drop the moment you walk in. The subtle color shift keeps the room bright, but not stark, and the wood tone adds human warmth you'll notice when morning sun washes across it. Everything whispers, slow down. Quick tip: keep black splashes low contrast. Gentle, variegated tiles let the cabinet pairing stay the star. When life is busy, a grounded, uncluttered kitchen becomes a daily reset button. Japandi's calm palette encourages mindful cooking, less impulse clutter, and more shared tea moments. Small space? The lighter uppers visually lift the ceiling, while the wood base anchors activity. It's serenity you can stir-fry in. Coastal calm with misty blue and oak drift. Craving sea air without leaving the city? Let your two-tone kitchen cabinets breathe in coastal color. Misty blue up top, drifted oak below, and suddenly you hear gulls. Pale, salt-washed blues on the uppers feel like morning haze over water, especially when paired with lightly grained white oak or driftwood-toned base cabinets. The combo keeps the kitchen bright yet soothing, ideal for cloudy winter days when you need a mental beach trip. Rippled or Zellage-style backsplash tiles echo tide pools, while brushed nickel or pewter hardware nods to weathered dock cleats. Bring in rope-wrapped or basket weave pendants for texture and choose a sandy matte countertop that looks like shore packed flat by waves. The payoff, breezy calm that never slides into theme park nautical. You get color, glow, and a sense of open horizon even in an apartment galley. Style nudge. A bowl of citrus or sea glass greens on the counter pops against the misty palette. Coastal calm invites slower breakfasts and sunset snacks, helping the kitchen double as a mini getaway inside your home. Light uppers visually widen narrow walls. Oak lowers hide scuffs from everyday living. When friends stop by, the space instantly loosens shoulders. Vacation mode activated. Warm minimalist taupe meets snow white. If crisp white kitchens feel too clinical, warm them up just a little. Two-tone kitchen cabinets in creamy taupe and snow white strike that sweet middle ground. Clean lines, soft edges. Set the lowers in a warm cafe au lait taupe to anchor the room and disguise daily wear. Keep uppers bright white so light bounces around and the room reads open. Because the palette is quiet, you can celebrate subtle materials, a honed marble or porcelain slab with gentle veining. slimline brushed brass or muted champagne pulls, and low-profile integrated handles that keep sightlines smooth. Add a micro texture, think fluted paneling on an island end, to bring depth without clutter. Pale oak or neutral porcelain flooring wraps it all together. You end up with the kitchen that's airy yet welcoming, like sunlight through linen curtains. The warm base keeps meals grounded. The white uppers keep mornings bright for coffee clarity. Pros and cons. Warmer lowers hide splashes. White uppers may show grime sooner, but reward quick wipe downs with instant sparkle. Warm minimalist design supports flexible styling through the seasons. Swap textiles, art, or greenery without fighting bold color. The balanced neutrals also photograph beautifully for recipe shares and family updates. Less visual noise means more mental space for creativity at the stove. A retro 70s pop of avocado and cream. Ready for a little groove in your cooking zone? Retro color is back, and two-tone kitchen cabinets make it feel intentional, not dated. Avocado plus cream equals instant smile. Go mid-tone avocado or leafy olive on the base cabinets for that throwback vibe, then soften with buttery cream uppers so the green sits comfortably in smaller spaces. Terrazzo or speckled quartz counters echo vintage laminate without the upkeep. Smoked or amber glass globe pendants casts a mellow glow that flatters everything from mac and cheese to margaritas. Chrome-style tubular poles or playful rounded knobs reinforce the era. Slip-in patterned ceramic tiles, chevron, sunburst, even subtle daisy emboss to wink at retro without going costume. The result is playful nostalgia that still cooks like today. Color invites conversation, and the cream top half keeps the look light enough for modern appliances. Mood mover? Spin a vinyl-inspired playlist. Sound plus color seals the retro escape. Retro 70s pop brings personality to starter homes and weekend hangouts. Guests remember the fun green kitchen, and you get a space that cheers cloudy days. The lighter uppers prevent color overload, while the bold base anchors gatherings around snacks, stories, and late-night pancakes. Moody Luxe, charcoal with brushed brass. Love drama? Let's turn the lights down. Just enough. Two-tone kitchen cabinets in charcoal and soft gray create depth, and metallic glints add evening glam even at breakfast. Deep charcoal or near black on the lower cabinets delivers instant sophistication and hides heavy use zones. Pair with drifted dove gray or warm grayish uppers to keep the room from closing in. The star move? Unlacquered or brushed brass hardware that patinas over time, catching light like candle flame. Layer in a herringbone marble or dark stone counter for texture, and consider ribbed glass fronts on a few uppers to break up mass. Velvet or velvet look counterstools add plush contrast. Low glow undercabinet lighting paints the surfaces in gold. You get mood without gloom, perfect for open concept spaces needing a focal point. The metallics read like jewelry. The neutrals keep it livable. Lighting cue: warm temperature bulbs, flatter dark palettes, and skin tones at dinner parties. Moody Luxe encourages slow cooking, late chats, and glass clinked nights in. Because the palette skews sophisticated, even takeout feels like an event. The contrast naturally zones prep, cook, and hangout areas, helping busy weeks feel more curated and less chaotic. Drama that works overtime. Cottagecore Blush and Buttermilk Palette. Craving storybook sweetness without going full fairy tale? Try two-tone kitchen cabinets in soft blush and creamy buttermilk. It's like baking scones inside a watercolor. Paint or finish the uppers in a petal light blush, more whisper than bubblegum, so the color glows when sunlight hits jars and glassware. Ground the lowers in a warm buttermilk cream with classic shaker or beadboard fronts for that farmhouse nod. Copper, aged tin, or distressed brass hardware warms the palette. Gingham, ticking stripe, or embroidered cafe curtains add pattern without crowding. Wood cutting boards, dried herb bundles, and ceramic crockery layer texture and scent. To finish, choose a lightly hand-scraped plank or warm stone floor that feels walked in, never fussy. What's the vibe? Cozy bakery meets heirloom pantry. Soft pink lifts spirits, buttery cream keeps it comforting and easy on the eyes during long cooking days. Tuck a small vase of yard blooms near the sink. Natural color echoes the blush uppers. Cottagecore living nudges us to slow cook, share recipes, and treat everyday meals like mini gatherings. The two-tone break helps small kitchens read taller, while the gentle hues flatter warm lighting for evening tea. Nostalgia becomes your daily reset. No country side address required. Mediterranean sun with terracotta and chalk. Ever wished your kitchen felt like an open-air cafe in Barcelona? Paint the scene with two-tone kitchen cabinets that glow like sun-baked clay and whitewashed stucco. A chalk, soft white on the uppers, reflects daylight, keeping heat at bay and bouncing light onto hand-thrown dishes. Below, rich terracotta or a spicy paprika stain grounds the space in vacation warmth. Layer in hand-painted Talavera tiles for pops of cobalt and bring aged bronze poles that pick up those rustic notes. A butcher block island in warm walnut adds practical prep area while echoing earthy tones, and a linen-covered pendant drapes the glow like a late afternoon siesta. Suddenly, lunch feels like tapas on a tiled plaza. The warm, cool balance energizes mornings yet soothes nights when you crave a cozy nook for simmering stews. Quick tip: a sprig of fresh rosemary by the sink scents the air and fits the Mediterranean vibe beautifully. Life gets brighter when your kitchen channels cliffside terraces. Terracotta lowers hide spaghetti splashes. Chalk uppers lift low ceilings. Entertaining feels relaxed, like passing small plates under string lights. No passport required. Scandinavian Ice Blue with white oak. Chase that crisp air clarity of Nordic mornings by pairing frosty ice blue uppers with pale white oak bases. Two-tone kitchen cabinets never felt so refreshing. The icy hue on top reads almost silver, amplifying winter light and making glassware sparkle. Below, white oak planks show gentle grain that warms the palate without stealing focus. Add sleek edge pull hardware and brushed steel, a concrete look countertop for subtle ruggedness, and linear LED strips that glow like northern dawn. Consider a matte snow white backsplash to keep sightlines calm, and drop in a single statement pendant, maybe a paper lantern to soften the clean angles. This pairing feels like breathing cool mountain air while sipping hot cocoa. It's bright, spare, and quietly inviting. Style nudge, a wool blend runner adds cozy texture underfoot without breaking the streamlined flow. Scandi Cool cultivates clear minds and clutter-free counters. The lifted blue uppers widen small rooms visually, while oak lowers stand up to everyday scuffs. Mule prep feels organized. After dinner cleanup is swift, leaving more time to unwind. Urban industrial graphite and warm walnut. Urban loft dreams, but in a suburban footprint. Combine graphite uppers with walnut lowers for an industrial chic take on two-tone kitchen cabinets. Smoky graphite on top frames vent hoods and open shelves like steel beams, giving instant edge. Warm walnut bases balance the cool tone with touchable grain that hints at vintage workbenches. Pop in raw steel brackets, Edison bulb pendants, and matte black faucets to amplify the factory vibe. A leather-edged bar stool pulls in tactile comfort, while subway tiles and deep charcoal keep mess zones forgiving. Finish with a poured concrete or quartz countertop that echoes urban sidewalks yet cleans up fast. The end result is tough lovely, rugged enough for heavy meal prep, polished enough for cocktail selfies. Pros and cons. Graphite hides fingerprints, walnut may need oiling, but rewards you with lasting luster. Urban Industrial flexes with your schedule. Morning espresso feels cafe cool, and takeout nights still look styled. The high contrast cabinets split zones work areas, making layouts feel intentional, even in rentals turned long term homes. Earthy, organic, moss green, and raw maple. Bring the forest canopy indoors with moss green uppers drifting above raw maple lowers. Two-tone kitchen cabinets rarely feel this alive. Dusty moss paint on top mirrors shady glens, calming eyes after screen time. Undressed maple below shows natural mineral streaks, offering a living canvas that changes as light shifts. Complement with rattan stools, quartzite counters veined in olive, and hammered copper pulls that echo woodland finds. Swap a standard hood for a plaster-wrapped version in muted cream, letting the greens sing. For floors, think tumbled limestone or wide white oak planks, textures that whisper trail paths. Cooking here feels like camping without the bugs, grounded, fragrant, and endlessly refreshing. How to vibe? Place a bowl of lemons. The yellow pops against moss for instant cheer. Earthy, organic design invites slow food rituals and weekend foraging trips. Kids notice leaves many shades. Friends linger longer. The palette masks smudges while celebrating nature, reminding us to unplug and savor daily meals. Art Deco Glam Navy and Champagne Gold. Yearning for Gatsby sparkle? Dress your two-tone kitchen cabinets in midnight navy and soft champagne to channel 1920s allure. Gloss lacquer navy on the lower run feels like velvet after dark, anchoring the room with dramatic depth. Above, velvety matte cashmere or warm pearl uppers keep things luminous. Highlight the divide with thin brass inlay strips or geometric trim, then layer fluted glass sconces, a fan-shaped backsplash, and glam barware that gleams under picture rail lighting. Marble counters with bold gold veining echo jazz-age opulence, while a half-moon rug softens the floor like a ballroom dance step. Cooking becomes center stage, every stir a performance. Evening cocktails practically pour themselves. Bonus Luxe. Swap regular knobs for crystal pulls. They catch light like chandelier drops. Art Deco Glam turns weekday dinners into events. The rich navy hides scuffs from party prep. Champagne tops bounce ambient glow, flattering guests and selfies alike. You'll find excuses to host because every gathering feels red carpet ready. Dark Academia Espresso and Mushroom Gray. Love leather-bound books and stormy day playlists? Dark Academia comes alive with espresso lowers and mushroom gray uppers, two-tone kitchen cabinets that tell scholarly stories. Espresso stain on the base mimics antique desks, absorbing light for cozy intimacy. Mushroom gray uppers lighten the mood just enough, letting brass cage library sconces shine. Slip in open shelf sections lined with poetry anthologies or vintage teacups, and opt for oil-rubbed bronze hardware for continuity. Countertops and honed soapstone invite chalk notations on recipes, while a Persian-inspired runner hushes footfalls like a library aisle. The space feels rich, thoughtful, and a little mysterious, the perfect backdrop for contemplative brews and handwritten letters. Quick tip: a small table lamp on the counter casts a warm reading glow on rainy days. Dark Academia encourages mindful pauses between tasks. Sip, think, stir. Deep lowers mask crumbs. Gray uppers keep the room from tipping into cavernous. Whether grading papers or plotting novels, you'll savor every moment in this intellectual cocoon. Color, split, confidence, served daily. That's the power of two-tone kitchen cabinets. Extra charm made simple. We've just toured a dozen palettes that prove color is confidence. You saw how light uppers lift space, dark lowers ground it, and texture ties everything together. You also learned that pairing tones sets the mood, from calm Japandi to luxe art deco. Grab a paint swatch, choose a cabinet run to test, and let the transformation begin. Mix a sample board tonight and notice how the shift changes the room. Which duo speaks to your nest dreams? Subscribe to Apartment Charm for more bite-sized design sparks, and let's keep creating together.